Hello friends, welcome back to another video of tips and tricks. So in this video we are going to see some of the tips and tricks for directory navigation, right? So these options are always available with the commands, but most of the people do not use it or not aware of it. So I'm going to share them because they make your job very easy if you are habitual to them and if you use them for the directory navigation. Okay, so the command which is used for directory navigation is cd, right? So cd is short form for change directory. So uh, you will be seeing the options which we have for the cd command. So before we go into the cd, there is a command as pwd. So what this tells, present working directory, that is the short form for the PWD. So where we are right now, that is what it is going to tell you, right? And I'm pretty sure you would be aware the Unix file system starts with slash, right? So this is the uh, directory where the complete Unix OS or the file system OS starts, right? So if we do cd slash, this is the base directory for the Unix server. And if we see here, all the files will be here. What is kind of Unix architecture? You would have read that boot file system, bin file system, lib file system, and all that, right? So everything is there on the root file system. So that is your first option, cd slash, that is your base directory, correct? And if we see the next command is just cd itself. So if you just run cd without any of the options, what it does, it takes you to the home directory of the user. So I just hit cd and it is taking me to home user one because that is my user one's home directory, right? But if you would have seen my previous video for the aliases, I have used and I had explained that we can use tilde sign too. So if we want to go to other paths, suppose I go back to the root, and if I do this, this is also gonna take me to the home directory itself. So why we need tilde sign? Because cd command is in itself is changing the directory, but tilde sign, that can be embedded with any of the other commands, like we embedded it with the alias. So if I just show you my dot profile which we created in last video, here we use tilde sign in a file dot profile, right? So that sign, tilde sign, can be used in any of the other commands. Like if you want to see your home directory, suppose I go back to slash and I'm here at the root, but still I want to see what my home directory contains, I can simply do this. So this is gonna show me the content of my home directory, right? So that tilde sign can be used with any of the other commands in the script, in the dot profile, and everywhere. Okay, so that's the difference between cd and using the tilde sign. Okay, so next option is dash. So if we do cd dash, it takes us to the previous directory, whatever directory we were before, right? So if we see here pwd, I'm at the root, and if I hit cd dash again, it will take me to the home directory. So from wherever we came to the current working directory, it will take back to that directory. Okay, so it becomes very easy when you are switching between the directories, right? For comparing something or for finding something, configuration files or anything. Okay, so that is dash, right? And the last and the simplest one is if we do la, and if we see here, we have two directories as dot and dot dot. And just to tell you the funny stories, I have heard from some of the people while on my job, while I was working on something, that we have deleted everything from my path, but I was not able to delete dot and dot dot. Can you please help? So if you're not aware, those kind of things happen. So dot and dot dot are simply a link to your present working directory and the parent working directory, right? So present, that means where you are. So pwd is your dot, and if you ask me dot dot, that is your home. So if I just do cd dot dot, it will take me to home. See? So that is what dot and dot dot is, and that cannot be deleted because that is just a link or reference to your current directory and the previous directory. Now, again, this dot and dot dot, if you get habitual to, you can very easily navigate to the files and the directories. So just to show you the utilization of these dot dot shortcut, right? So if you see I'm at my home directory, and if we see what files I have here, I have a directory ABD, right? And I have created a just random directory structure in that directory. Okay, so this is a random directory structure. So what happens when you work in an enterprise? At times you get a directory structure from application team, from database team, that okay, this is the directory structure and there is something wrong with that directory structure, some access issue or something like that, right? So when you are investigating, you just copy paste that path and you go to that directory. But later you realize that I want to see something else in just couple of directories back. So what people generally do, they will do like this: cd dot dot c, and then ls, and then again cd dot dot, and then ls, and they find the file and then they cat it, or they look at the configuration files, right? And once they have looked at that path, they will again go back to that same directory. Okay, so this is what generally people do. But if you are habitual to this dot dot terminology, you can simply use ls to show the previous directory, like this. Okay, so if you want to go back two directories, you can use just dot dot twice, and you can look at this directory dfh and it is showing you that okay, this has just this directory. And if you want to just modify a file there, and if you want to stay where you are, you can simply use that too. So suppose I want to just create a file there and in that directory, and I still want to work here, right? So if I do this again, I have created a test file in two directories back, right? And I can still work on my current working directory where I was, without going back to that directory using cd and then creating a file and then coming back here, right? So I saved at least three or four commands when I'm working on something and when I want to stay on this directory for the longer troubleshooting, but just want to switch to some other directory to find something, right? So this was all I wanted to show in this video about the directory navigation. So it was a short video. Hope you would have liked it. Thank you for watching.